Barcelona was great, but the freedom a sailboat gives makes the sailor want to go and continue and discover. So we made our way along the Catalonian coast to Tarragona. We decided to stay in and cook up that aging sauerkraut meal before it went bad. We had a great Wi-Fi connection, so I got to upload an episode. We didn't stay long in Tarragona and continued south. It's been an incredibly cold winter all over Europe, and it seemed the more we went south, it still didn't really warm up. Nothing like doing some jobs on the boat when you're just motoring and it's pretty boring. So you actually make use of that boring time, and it ain't boring anymore. So I fixed a couple of things I needed to fix. Steffi did a pedicure, and I might do the same. But still not that much wind, only 4 knots and the headwind. So we motored on. We entertained ourselves making food, packaged soup with Gruyere cheese. Then nachos with more cheese, this time raclette cheese. So once again, we're finishing off in the evening like last night because we got a late start this morning. And we decided to go a little further than planned. So we'd have to go around this whole peninsula, and we thought, screw it, we'll go straight down a little further. That'll get us a little closer to Valencia in the next couple of days. So we're going to a place called Winded Voyage. And it's cold for being in the Spain Mediterranean. Very cold. So we've got another hour to go or so. But it's cool, there's nobody out here except an oil platform behind us. And that's it. Yeah, yesterday we got stopped by the Guardia Civil. We didn't film it, we didn't dare film it. They came on board and everything. And checked our papers. Turned out the guy was cool and he was funny. He was nice. He was happy that we spoke Spanish. So, and that was yesterday afternoon. There's nothing much to report about Vinaròs, but we were out of Catalonia and into Spain. The coast here is populated with hotels and apartments for all of us Northern Europeans. But this time of year, the population is down and the towns are pretty much deserted. The wind was light and in our faces, so we motored again and made more food. I was bored with motoring, so I changed course slightly to hoist the sails. Every bit of time I get to sail with Galopin helps me trim him better, and he rewards me with a smile and much better performance. All the work Daniel and I did are really a big change. I don't have to trot onto the deck to hoist the mainsail or take in reefs. It's one of the best safety features we added to Galopin. Avocado and tomato salad with mozzarella cheese. Thank you, Steph. My bearing was taking us to shore at close reach. I put away the sails and motored. As usual, we got a late start, and we were trying to beat the setting sun. But it looked like we'd be getting into port at night once again. This was the port of Castello di Plana. It seemed pretty big and industrial. My iPad mirrored my Raymarine chart plotter in the cockpit, next to the helm. So getting into port in darkness was a lot more convenient. Yet another important safety feature Galopin was now equipped with. We left the next day a little earlier, and as we were coming out of the port, a Guardia Civil boat passed us. A couple days ago we were boarded by the Guardia Civil, caught up to us and stopped us and somewhere near Tarragona before getting to Tarragona, and boarded the Galopin, checked on papers and stuff, and makes you a little nervous, but everything turned out fine. The guy was really cool, he was funny, we cracked jokes, and that was it. Took the information, barely wrote some stuff down. I guess maybe they were bored because there was no wind and we were just motoring, so. But they're keeping an eye on the, on the coast, I guess, It's the Guardia Civil, I mean, it's a civil guard. Not really the Coast Guard, I suppose, but I guess similar. Anyways, everything was cool. The Spanish are, affable, friendly people. And as always, it really helps when you speak some Spanish, which is my case, and Steph speaks really good Spanish. So everybody's always impressed when we speak in Spanish, and it seems to make things go a little easier. So, and friendlier. There it is. Heading off to Valencia here. Looks like there's an oil platform, refill platform here. This is like a big industrial port. It was a little weird when we got here last night, but it turns out it's fine. We finally had wind, and it was going with us. The Genoa was not quite filling up, so I decided to hoist the spinnaker. Perhaps it may have been a little too early. So we had a little incident. Water came into the floor, and I believe it's because we didn't shut the through holes for the toilet and the sink. And sometimes it happens because we're under speed and things got a little crazy all of a sudden. We had to avoid a fishing farm right in the middle of the sea, and all of a sudden we were heeling pretty dramatically, and the wind was blowing, and we were under speed. So Steph cleaned it all up. I think it's all cool now, and just shit happens. So here's one of those fish farms we had to avoid before, and it was right in our heading, and we were under speed, and I had to change heading and beat into the wind and had it at beam, and the boat started heeling quite a bit with the speed out. So, but we just had to get around it, and then I think because we didn't shut the through halls for the bathroom and stuff, all of a sudden Steph's like, dude, there's water in the boat. So there was water in the boat, and we don't quite know where it came from, but we shut the through hulls, turned on the bilge pump, got it out, and then Steffi did the rest of the job with a sponge. Everything's cool now. Is everything cool now, Steph?
It's cool, hopefully. We think it comes from the toilets that we forgot to turn off, but we don't know. We'll see.
Once we passed the offshore fish farms, it was, I dare to say, smooth sailing. I wish I could see Galopin's big grin from afar as he wears his bold orange colors. Must be quite a sight. We made great time, averaging 6 knots, and for once got into port before nightfall.
So here we have to stop at the office rather than going directly to the berth with some guy helping us. So Steph is gonna hop on and at this dock, and we're gonna go to the office.
I'd added about 300 nautical miles to my sailing experience from Port-le-Cat in France, and squeezed in a few latitude degrees in my quest to go south. We were in Valencia, third largest city in Spain, home to the 33rd America's Cup. And man, I would soon discover a whole lot more.